The first episode of the series begins in 1260 BC, Crete. A group of armored men in boats approach the shores, ready to invade the city. They storm in, wreaking havoc, burning homes, taking prisoners, and killing anyone they deem worthless. Amid the chaos, we're introduced to their leader, known as the Lion, a formidable warrior armed with powerful vibranium weapons. Ruthless and unrelenting, he leads the slaughter without hesitation. Among the captured slaves is our protagonist, Noni, a highly skilled war dog from Wakanda, tasked with retrieving lost Wakandan artifacts. Her mission: capture the lion and return the stolen relics. Noni soon seizes her chance to escape. She fights her way through the ship, engaging in a series of brutal battles. Despite the overwhelming odds, she manages to barely escape, diving into the ocean below. After resurfacing, scarred but alive, Noni returns to confront the lion once more. Their final battle is fierce, a clash of power, skill, and conviction. During the fight, the lion reveals a shocking truth. He also works for Wakanda. Everything he's done, the destruction, the rebellion, was because he no longer wished to be anyone's war dog. He wanted his freedom. Noni refuses to accept his betrayal. The two engage in an intense and emotional duel that pushes both to their limits. After a long struggle, Noni emerges victorious, but at a great cost. She loses an eye in the process. She returns home, battle-worn but successful, carrying the recovered artifacts. In recognition of her bravery, she is reinstated to her former high rank. However, she soon learns the true nature of the war dogs, their sacrifices, their secrets, and their eternal duty to protect Wakanda from the shadows. Despite everything, Noni chooses to continue serving as a war dog. And with that, the first episode comes to an end.
The next episode begins in Troy during the height of the Trojan War. The Greek army is preparing to invade the city, and behind their every move is the cunning mind of Odysseus. Amid the chaos, we are introduced to Achilles, Greece's strongest warrior, and his closest friend Memmon, who, unknown to everyone else, is actually a war dog sent from Wakanda to retrieve a hidden artifact buried deep within Troy. After a series of brutal battles and near-death encounters, the Trojan soldiers manage to hold their ground, forcing the Greeks to retreat, much to Achilles' frustration and anger. It is then revealed that Memmon has been on this mission for 5 long years, tirelessly searching for the artifact while maintaining his cover. Despite the soldiers' growing suspicion that he might be an outsider, Achilles always defends him, trusting him like a brother. Soon after, Odysseus devises a bold plan to construct the legendary Trojan horse, hide soldiers within it, and infiltrate the city. The plan succeeds. Under the cover of night, the Greek soldiers emerge from the horse and slaughter everything in sight. As the massacre unfolds, Achilles is ambushed and surrounded by Trojan warriors. Meanwhile, Memmon, torn between loyalty and duty, leaves the battlefield to recover the artifact he was sent for. He finds it, but just as he does, Achilles appears, bloodied yet alive. Seeing Memmon with the artifact, Achilles believes he has betrayed Greece. Memmon tries desperately to explain that this is his mission, that he never meant to abandon him, but Achilles refuses to listen. The two friends engage in a fierce and tragic duel. Memmon fights defensively, not wanting to harm Achilles, but his friend will not back down. In a moment of sorrow and survival, Memmon slashes Achilles' ankle, his only weak point, and delivers the final blow. Overcome with grief, Memmon returns to Wakanda carrying the artifact and the weight of his actions. At the palace, he meets the head of the war dogs, now an older, wiser Noni. They speak in private, reflecting on the burden of their duty. Memmon, still haunted by the war, confesses that he wants to return to the battlefield. And with that, the second episode comes to a somber close.
The episode begins in 1400 AD China, in a snowy land. We see a man named Basha sneaking away while the woman beside him sleeps. This man is actually a war dog, tasked with retrieving an ancient artifact from a nearby temple. He sneaks into the temple under the cover of night and succeeds in obtaining the artifact. Unfortunately, on his way out, he's discovered and chased. Basha skillfully evades his pursuers and makes his way back to his ship, which is hidden beneath a pile of snow. On his way back to Wakanda, he confirms with his superiors that the mission was a success. To their surprise, as rumors claimed the village was protected by an ancient dragon, Basha laughs it off and heads home. On arrival, he's confronted by Captain Ebo, who asks if he encountered any issues during his mission. Basha lies, claiming everything went smoothly. He is then escorted to the artifact vault, where he locks the artifact away for safekeeping. However, it's revealed to us that someone had secretly hidden inside his ship and followed Basha all the way back to Wakanda. On her way to the ship, Ebo is suddenly attacked by a masked individual searching for Basha. Ebo manages to call for help, but the mysterious woman easily defeats the guards in combat. Realizing the danger, Basha and Ebo quickly form a plan to handle the situation before it escalates. Basha tracks down the masked figure, and to his shock, she's revealed to be the same woman from the beginning. It's revealed that she once saved his life, nursed him back to health, and during that time they fell in love. The woman then heads toward the vault, and Basha chases after her. They reach the vault and engage in a fierce, drawn-out fight. Eventually, she's trapped, but in that moment, she unleashes a burst of energy and reveals herself as the Iron Fist. Captain Ebo arrives and manages to defuse the situation, learning that the woman only wanted the statue, not the vibranium hidden inside it. She escapes shortly after, and Basha and Ebo convince everyone that the entire event was merely a training exercise.
Episode 4. The episode begins in the city of Adwa, Ethiopia in 1896. We are introduced to Prince Tafari, a royal figure, who is currently on a mission with Kuda, a war dog. The city is burning as they move through the chaos. Their goal is to retrieve a battle axe head made of vibranium. It's revealed that Prince Tafari is only meant to observe, but he defies orders and joins the battle anyway. Against all odds, he succeeds in obtaining the axe. After receiving a stern scolding from Kuda, they prepare to return to Wakanda. On the way home, their transport is suddenly flipped over by an invisible woman. She's after the axe. Kuda immediately prepares to fight, while Tafari guards the artifact. They join forces to face her in an intense battle that leaves the surroundings in ruins. Eventually, the woman stops fighting and reveals that she is Wakandan. She places her hands on their heads, transmitting powerful visions into their minds. Through these visions, it's revealed that she is from the future. In that future, the world has been invaded by aliens, and even Wakanda has fallen. The land has become a vast graveyard. The last survivors discovered a way to travel back in time, and they learned that the axe was the key to saving the world. Kuda remains skeptical and refuses to return the axe to Adwa, but Tafari manages to convince him that the woman is telling the truth. Meanwhile, in the future, the alien forces have found the survivors' hideout and are launching a massive attack. At the same time, Tafari and Kuda struggle to return the axe to where it was found. As they near the site, a collapsing building crashes down on Kuda. The injury looks fatal. Despite his pain, Kuda urges Tafari to finish the mission. As all hope seems lost, Tafari returns the axe to its rightful place, and in that moment, the future is saved. Kuda survives and is carried back to Wakanda. At the palace, Prince Tafari takes full responsibility for returning empty-handed. In the closing moments, it's revealed that Killmonger is the one who eventually finds the axe, and it's because of him that the world is ultimately saved. Thanks for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed the video and don't forget to subscribe. Comment what you'd like me to recap next.